My name is Samad Tolukbay. I'm a journalist, researcher, and descendant of great nomads. My ancestors had wandered through these steppes for centuries, followed their herds in search of the best pastures. The cattle was always their main capital. What are they now? The descendants of the great cattle breeders. The school of nomads, studying the past, creating present in order to build the future. In today's episode, it's not an easy task to shear a camel. Useful properties of camel wool. Camel blanket, it's lightweight and warm. Since ancient times, the culture and crafts of my people have been closely associated with livestock. After all, horses, camels, and sheep were a source of food, giving people meat and milk. Skins of animals played an important role in the life of the ancient nomads. People made their own clothes and even built shelter of wool. Take for example felt. The nomads covered the yurts with the felt, and the flooring was made of it. Various blankets and pillows also filled with wool. People often used camel, sheep, or goat wool. In nomad life, even horse hair was used. Today's program, I want to devote to camel wool. I want to know how and where it is used in modern Kazakhstan. And we will begin with the most important stage, the shearing of camels. For this, I visited the camel breeder Optimis Makanov. Optimis Ata, hello. Welcome, son. How are you? Fine. I've already visited you. I drank camel's milk, milked camels, and learned about the useful properties of a shubat. And today I want to learn about another important product given by this amazing animal, about wool. That's right, the camel is a very useful animal. Soon we'll start shearing. Hey, it means you're going to show me how it is going on. Of course, I'll show you and tell you why we need wool. What's the use of it? Well, then let's get started. As always, Aksakal Optimis met me warmly and we started to work. So we start here. Yes, only the camel will have to fall. Together we cannot cope. Let's ask more people to help. Lead a camel. It seems to me it will not be an easy task. I have no idea about the process. But to knock down the animal and tie its legs is not a simple task. A poor camel, although it is cut every season, cannot get used to it. It seems it thought only about the worst things. So I have special scissors in my hands. We have started. According to camel breeders, if you do not cut an animal, the next year the wool falls. It is called Jibek. Underwool, after spring shearing, is called bosdak. The hair covering of the hump and the neck has its own definition, shuda. Each of these types has a special meaning. But they all keep the heat equally well. Yes, on the neck and on the legs, wool is called shuda. The hairs in these parts are thicker. In the old days, rope was made from shuda, yarn was made too. With the help of such strands, a felt was strengthened. Such a felt could serve 5 to 6 years. Threads from shuda are strong and durable. Generally, camel wool is a durable material.
5 yıl 6 yıl kigizin üstünde durabilir, kigizin üstünde. Başka jip bu şirip ketedi. Ama tüyü jünü şirmeydi.
In the old days, the thread from camel's wool was used for sewing trousers and outerwear. Also, strings for a number of musical instruments were made from shuda. In general, camel wool is beneficial for the human body. It is able to treat pain in the joints, muscle spasms, and kidney diseases. And to stop the bleeding, the nomads set fire to the wool and applied its ashes to the wound.
Buna camda tüyü jünün alat da balam bir ыдысқа салат аздап оған соң бір үстіне қаратып.
There is an ancient recipe for the treatment of pain in the knees or lower back. To do this, people were boiling wool in salty water. Compress from such a mixture removes swelling, bruising, and pain, whether in the knees or in the lower back. I always say that camel's wool has wonderful healing properties. So I can say that I learned to shear camel. On average, one camel gives from 3 to 5 kilograms of wool. The nomads sewed their own clothes of this soft wool, but most often it filled various blankets or weaved carpets. But how is this material used today in the 21st century? The answer to this question I will find in my further study. Camel wool, due to its amazing qualities, is highly valued all over the world. Today it is the best raw material in the textile industry. Camel wool keeps the heat well. It is light and does not slip, which means it is an excellent filler. In modern Kazakhstan, the production of products from this material is growing rapidly. One of the largest enterprises for the processing of camel wool is in the south of the country, in the city of Shymkent. Hello, how are you? Thank you, welcome. My name is Samat. I am doing research on traditional animal husbandry. And today, I came to you to find out about where and why camel wool is used. I want to see how the blankets are made from this material. Maybe even help your employees. Welcome to our plant. Let's first take you to our main technologist. Thank you. Let's go. This enterprise is located in the territory of the Special Economic Zone Ontustuk. On December 9, 2011, the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, launched the first stage of the production complex through a nationwide teleconference. At that time, the wool and textile processing plant began to produce its products.
Мен кішкентай кезімнен бастап өскелі осы өзім есім білуден бастағаннан бері әкем осы жүнмен айналысып келе жатыр.
As long as I can remember, my father always worked on the processing of wool. I can say I grew up among wool. I remember how my father collected wool in every village, then washed, dried. I grew up, graduated from the university, and decided to continue my father's business.
Қызығушылық таныттым.
In a year, the production processes over 3,000 tons of wool. At the plant, there are various machines for processing raw materials. This is a special bath for washing, and automatic carding, weaving machines. Today I will see the entire plant and show you how everything works here.
Сәлеметсіздер ме?
Good afternoon. How are you? What are you doing here?
Biz бүгін түйенің жүнін сорттап жатырмыз.
We are sorting the arriving wool. We split up according to its quality and color. This is the first stage in production.
Андай қоңыр. Бұл түсін айыру біздің жұмыстың алғашқы ең бірінші басқышы.
And what does it mean to select by quality? Well, for example, we split up the fur from the wool, since there is not much fluff in the underwool.
Қылшық көп болады. Бұл бізде ешқандай бұнда түбіт.
That means it is unfit. No, we use it too, but there is not much fluff. Mostly, fluff is best able to retain heat. From time immemorial, Kazakhs used such wool.
Жылы суық өткізбейді, денсаулыққа пайдасы көп. Қазақ осы түйе жүнін өте жақсы пайдаланған.
As you can see, the work at the combine begins with sorting wool. Here, raw materials are divided by quality and color. As a rule, camel's wool is brown. Camel wool is considered the best. The pile is softer and thinner. When an animal grows up, its hairline becomes coarser and will be appropriate for felt. But at the same time, felted wool is thinner than of the sheep of Merinos. Therefore, experts say that the demand for this type of raw material is always high. Over a day, the company processes over 3 tons of wool. This volume is enough for only Kazakhstan consumers. Since our company is located in a special economic zone, its main interests are to promote the development of camel breeding in Kazakhstan.
Дамуына бір үлесін қосу мақсатында іске қосылған, сондықтан біз тек өзіміздің Қазақстанның негізінен Қазақстанның жүндерін, түкпір-түкпірден Қазақстанның жүндерін жинаймыз.
Sorted wool is now ready to be washed after it is dried and passed through several carding machines. Look at how soft and fluffy wool turns out. So the washed and cleaned wool after all operations becomes here so soft and fluffy. Now with the help of a special machine, we roll it, which would then be sent to the sewing workshop where blankets are produced. Now my task is just to lay out raw materials. This machine is designed to cover the wool in a flat cloth and then roll it. Once our grandmothers did manually all this work. And today, the run of wool is a fully automated process. When I see such technologies, I'm glad that I live in the 21st century. Look, it's not possible to make such a roll manually. Well, our rolls are ready. We'll start making blankets. I thank you and go to the sewing workshop. Thank you. Now I find out how the camel blankets are sewn. According to the masters, you can get 10 of blankets from one roll. What a bright and spacious room. Only women work here. I hope the workers of the shop make an exception and will let me join them. I brought ready-to-use wool. It's clean and combed. Now I want to learn how to sew blankets in your shop. Will you show me all the stages of production?
Of
course. Show and teach. Welcome. A new coat arrives. We should cut it in certain sizes.
Тек таза түбіті келеді. Енді біз ары қарап соны көрпешеге саламыз. Мына жүнді
Working starts here. Yes. Then let's get started.
Жұмыс барысы ең алдымен осы стөлден басталады.
Иә.
Ендеше іске кірсек,
You need to carefully roll.
Мына жүнді.
We will lay the wool for a double blanket.
Сосын біз қазір екі адамды көрпешеге саламыз.
There are their own patterns.
Өлшейтін
We will take them into account.
бойынша бөлеміз.
And what size does a double blanket have?
Екі адамдық, екі
With a width of just over 2 meters. So we start to cut a blanket. Next, we should turn our canvas. After this, we will manually level off the surface. To make a double blanket, you need a half kilogram of wool, not more or less. In this production, accuracy is important in everything. Only then all blankets will be of equal weight and size. So we get exactly 1.5 kilograms. What do we do next?
алып, анау кесіп қойған.
Now we'll spread the wool over that stretched canvas. Do you want to go there? Will we lay our pattern of wool here?
Мына кесіп
Yes.
жерде мына
On this table, the fabric for a blanket is cut out. And here we should evenly lay out the wool.
жаямыз.
Wool should be spread evenly. Where there is not enough, we will add. And where there are too many, we will put out. All in manual.
Егер көрпе тұрғысынан айтатын болсақ, түйенің түбіті өте жеңіл болып келеді. Қойдың көрпесі не қара.
Blankets made of camel fur are very light.
Физикалық қасиеттерінен
The physical properties of the material are such that the wool keeps the heat well, while blanket perfectly passes the air.
қазіргі таңдағы ең жақсы көрпе болып есептелінетінден түйе түбітінен жасап жатырмыз.
After we evenly spread the wool, we put another fabric on top and transfer the workpiece to the next table. Here we will fasten our future blanket with special clips. Now the sewing machine will start working. It will sew on the surface automatically, pre-programmed pattern. Here an automated machine prepared a blanket. What do we do next?
Енді ары қарай не істейміз?
Next, need to remove from the fasteners.
Шешіп аламыз көрпешені.
So and then,
Одан кейін,
after we sew the edges, we tape them.
мына шеттерін
It will be done manually, with help of a sewing machine.
Тігеміз.
Oh sure,
енді
then we go further.
қолмен тігіледі ғой бұл, иә?
Машинамен тігеміз.
Ал ендеше кірісейік іске.
Taking off the clothespins, I took semi-finished goods to the seamstress. The next process requires special skill, so I decided to leave the bulk of the work to a specialist.
Бұл көрпелер сатылып,
These blankets will be exported, so I'm afraid to spoil the goods. I'll only sew a small line, and then I'll let a professional work.
тамашалаңыздар.
According to the head of the enterprise, mostly foreigners are interested in blankets from camel wool. After the launching of plant, Sanat posted about this production in a social network. After that, the blankets were ordered not only by Kazakhstan residents, but also by foreigners. Thus, the enterprise began to work for export. And so our final product is ready. I practically made a whole blanket myself. It is ready for sale. And who knows, some Kazakhstan resident or foreigner will get on the warm blanket that Samat Tolukbay sewed for them. Today we saw that from this amazing natural material, it is possible to sew magnificent blankets. And nomads from a camel wool weaved carpets, spun a yarn, sewed clothes to themselves, and even used it manufacturing horse equipment. According to the masters, the clothes made from camel wool are lightweight and comfortable.
Biz қазір арнайы оңтүстік экономикалық аймақта орналасамыз. Біздің көршілер кілем шығарады.
I already said that we are in the territory of a special economic zone.
Сондықтан бізге орналасқан жеріміз өте ыңғайлы. Қазір
neighboring companies are engaged in someone sewing clothes, someone producing fabrics.
министрлігіне, қарулы күштеріне қыстық киімдерді.
In the meantime, we're thinking of jointly creating, for example, winter clothes for employees of the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the military.
Қарулы күштерге оларға қыстық киімдері таза.
After all, wool is much better than a synthetic filler.
Жоспарларымыз бар.
I am sure that the team of this enterprise will succeed. Over time, the number of camels and plants that will process wool will also increase. After all, it would be useful not only for our military, but for all Kazakh people, both young and old. Here I saw a vivid example of that. Using the experience of our ancestors, our traditional craft today can be turned into such a modern production. I am sure that it is these technologies that can create a national brand. Samat, you are a real master. Don't exaggerate. But with great interest, I went through the entire production process. I tried so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I wish your company only prosperity. You perfectly modified our ancient craft. Thank you. Goodbye. See you. Our doors are always open for you. I have dedicated more than one program to the theme about the camels within our project, but even so, there is still much to say about the benefits of these amazing animals. I am sure if we use all the products that we get from camel breeding correctly, then we could make products that have no analogs in the whole world. And I am particularly pleased that the number of camels in Kazakhstan is increasing.